Hey traders from around the entire world, it's Jeremy Alexander Newsom with your Monday Real Life Stock Review. And today, we're looking at the broader markets and some individual stocks. Here is SPY, and what's really cool about this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish candles in a row. But we actually still made a new high today relative to yesterday, and the all-time high was just a few days ago. My thoughts, we still compress, we still go a little bit higher, but ultimately, we will have a bigger dip. I don't know when, but that dip will still get bought up. So it depends on what you're looking for and what your strategy is. There are tons of money-making opportunities out there. You just got to track them down. One of my biggest earnings plays was on waste management, ticker symbol WM. Me and one of my coaching students, Mike Gurley over there in Hawaii, we were talking about this one weeks ago. Very, very bullish on waste management. Mostly because I moved into a new house in Nashville, Tennessee, and it is almost impossible to get waste collection services. Recycling has changed, landfill laws have changed, and waste management is blowing up. Figuratively, not literally. It is really, really hard. Demand is skyrocketing, and when demand is going up, prices of stock generally follow suit. So, massive bullish trend, buy the dip on waste management, very, very strong. Speaking of strong, Home Depot also had a bullish gap and go today with a really nice gap out of the consolidation. Here's a 3-minute chart on Home Depot, and every single person who's watching my videos ever knows how you could have day traded Home Depot today. Entry, stop, goodbye. So that was a really nice gap up on Home Depot when the overall market was relatively weak, but Home Depot has been very, very strong. This week, a lot of earnings coming out. Upwork, UPWK. I'm very interested to see what Upwork does on earnings. Today is one of the first days it's closing below the 100 simple on a daily chart. My guess is My guess is Upwork is probably going to gap up small, throw in some upper shadows pre-market, and just kind of fade and just kind of hang out and keep eventually trading sideways, giving people a good opportunity to slowly accumulate and own some shares of Upwork. Worst case scenario, it could probably pull down into the low 30s, maybe as far as 24 at some point. But again, at that level, that'd be a really, really good buying opportunity in my opinion. I'm just going to let it consolidate, let it hang out, let it chill out, buy low, sell high, be in this one, be patient. It'll eventually work out. That's kind of my thoughts on Upwork. And really, really interested to see what happens on earnings. Fiverr also has earnings this week. FVRR, 200 simple moving average is at 186.69. Again, you are below the main moving averages. It does need to pull back. It is trading at a good support. This is a level of accumulation. So again, if you're accumulating, you do not have to buy 100 shares at a time. You can buy small fragments, tiny share size, tiptoe in, be patient, and wait it out. Pinterest, PINS, had an amazing bearish gap and go. And a lot of people were asking me when to start buying Pinterest. My answer is about here-ish. If you're looking at getting in, this was an amazing gap down. I figure everyone would know for sure that it was going to go a little bit lower. And it has. So really great gap. Took out a phenomenal hammer candle from Thursday with an inside candle on Friday and started breaking down. The market cap of Pinterest is still abnormally huge, and it does look like we're going to be starting a distribution phase. So buy low, sell high on Pinterest. Definitely be patient on this one. The 200 simple begins at 59.71. I could see it going as low as 44, 42, something like that as it just kind of consolidates. But realistically, guys, it can go as low as it wants. I mean, that's what stocks do. It's all about risk mitigation in this game. Make the money, and then your goal is to keep it. So Pinterest, buy as low as you can. Be as patient as you can on this one. It's going to take a little bit. I'm not going to be super aggressive on my buying of Pinterest because it does have a very strong gap and go. TDOC offering some really, really good bearish opportunities today. Had a remarkable gap down on Thursday, retested the retest gap on Friday, and then continued lower today as we thought it would from the afternoon room on last Thursday. Here's the weekly chart. So for anyone who hasn't bought any TDOC, most of you probably are in this one, but the 100 simple on the weekly will be the next spot where I look to accumulate some shares of TDOC. Probably going to be buying about 100 down there and then just waiting it out and seeing what happens. Right now, TDOC giving the big giant middle finger pattern to the world, but eventually, again, it'll probably chop around, chill out, and then go higher. Could it take a year and a half to 2 years before going up? Yes, it could. Will it eventually go higher? Yes, it will. This one's going to reward those who are patient, but it's going to take a little bit. So don't stress out too hard about it. I'm going to wait it out. But right now, I mean, remember, folks, you can short this stuff. You can make money as it goes down. Speaking of making money as it goes down, AMD getting taken to the absolute woodshed today. When it opened, about 5 minutes after open, it was below every moving average known to man. The 100, the 200, all the short-term moving average on the daily chart, most of the moving average on the weekly chart. The monthly chart is still really, really far away from the 10, hitting the 10 today. So here's how a lot of traders played this one, myself included. 2-minute chart, the very, very first 2 minutes, big bearish candle, huge bearish volume. Not going to get in long there. Small bullish high wave candle below all the moving averages. Bing, bong, boom. That's it. That's the setup. Short it and bang. Great, great trade. Then it consolidated for like a good hour and then broke down again. Look at this breakdown on a 5-minute chart. I mean, this was one of the easiest shorts I think I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. Amazing, amazing short. Really, really good volume. Closing below this hammer candle. Gorgeous. Another bear candle. Oh my gosh. Increasing volume. Like if you're going to get in, just short right below the low of that hammer candle. So there's your short. Stop loss would just be somewhere above here. And then target down there around 1.2 Rs. Okay, so you're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting. Bang. Filled. Right on the nose. Boom. Look at that. So pretty. What a gorgeous setup. Selling off of old support, new resistance. Oh my goodness. I love it. Well, team, again, post in the comment section below. What do you want me to look at on Wednesday for the next stock review? I'd be happy to do so. Tomorrow on AMD, I'm watching for one of two things. If it does gap down tomorrow morning, I will wait a few minutes to see if I can find a small candle to maybe buy off of for a quick bull trade and then maybe roll over later in the afternoon. If it does gap up tomorrow morning, I'll be a little bit hesitant. Maybe watch for a few minutes and let's see if it can go up a little bit higher. It'll probably be a small inside bullish day tomorrow if it gaps up. So be in and out relatively quickly on that trade. But for those of you who are selling options or who got into an iron condor on AMD or a bear call spread, that one is working out really nice. Speaking of iron condor, Beyond Meat, BYND, earnings around the corner. Iron condor expired worthless. So interesting to see what Beyond Meat does. As long as it stays below 165 and 105, that one should be just fine. Earnings right around the corner on Beyond Meat. And then, of course, Netflix, NFLX. Netflix still looking good with that iron condor, 570, 460 level. That one's beautiful. And then Tesla, nice pullback, inside candle on Tesla today. It is below most of its main moving averages, so keep that in mind. A little on the weaker side right now, but I do like it. I'm kind of intrigued about coming down to this 656 to 620 zone. That's kind of where I'm looking at buying a few shares. I do have a 550 put sale that expires in 3 weeks, so that should expire worthless, and if not, I have no problem buying some shares of Tesla at 550. Folks, long story short, let the market consolidate. This is the time to take advantage of options. This is the time to take advantage of some bear call spreads, bull put spreads, iron condors, and definitely day trading. Remember, I do teach all this stuff for free. RealLifeTrading.com. My friends, I promise there are opportunities everywhere. Just go find them, go scan for them. They are there. Let's go make magic together. Let's create cash flow. Let's enrich lives, and let's continue being incredible human beings. All right, folks, you rock. I love you. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.